Everybody, we are back with another review, and today we're going to be checking out my EDC Packout pouch for 2025. So without further ado, let's hop right into this review. So we're doing a little check-in, a little update on my EDC Packout. As the season of winter evolves over here in Colorado, so has my Packout for sure. With a fall-summer mentality, the lightweight, tiny Packout pouch that I did in December that I was going to do for January, it's good. It's a good pack out, but I think I needed a little bit more stuff on me at all times. So let's get into the review. But this is the old pouch. You've seen this. I have a video on my channel talking about that, and we're going to talk about the one I've been packing out now. Now, I went from a Topo design pouch to a Maxpedition. I've kind of fluctuated between Viperade and Maxpedition. That Topo one was probably the first time I did like an actual EDC pack out with something other than those two brands. But this one is the Maxpedition. It's a tiny, it's called the mini pouch. And I think the only thing that's pretty much smaller than this is like the barnacle. What I like about it, it's got this pull up. So what I end up doing is this ends up packing out usually inside my vest pocket. And then this, it pockets down deep, so it allows me to have this little handle sticking up. So if I do need to access it, I could just slide it up very easily that way. So I do like that. And I'm assuming if you had it in maybe some loose-fitting pants, you could probably slide it out of your pocket like that as well. But anyway, this might be a little too big for someone's pants. But I do like the stuff that I have in here. We're talking about, just about 2.5 inches to almost 3 inches across, probably, maybe at the widest. Almost, you know what I'm saying? So not super wide. It does look large because, it's at full in frame right now. But like I said, the handle is nice. It is called the Mini. Let's do a little weight check on the pouch. Fully loaded and ready to go. So we're looking at 791 grams. So we're almost at that 2 3/4 pound range right there, which is, it's 2 pounds of gear that you're carrying on you is a fair amount. I didn't want to have it too heavy, but that's probably my max. Anyway, speaking of max, let's talk about the Maxpedition pouch. So I ended up cutting off the YKK zipper end and putting one of these Gear Aid Tritium Glow little dongles there. It's just a little bit easier zipper pull for me personally, versus having to like grab this little dainty thing and open it up, versus also having some kind of huge tether system with a lasso and all kinds of charms and stuff. This is just easy for me. It has a semi-transparent glow when, it's, I guess, just getting dark. It does wear off over time. I don't know, maybe lasts a couple hours, where if it's complete darkness, you can still see the glow, which will let me know where the zipper is. Speaking of the zipper, let's pop it open. And then last thing I'll mention on the outside is I don't have anything in this front little pouch here because I wanted to take all my space on the inside and utilize it versus having anything on the outside here. So when I do slide this in and out, nothing is, getting snagged on. It's just an easy in and out. Now, this was a pretty elaborate system that I put together for this particular pouch because, again, this stuff all serves me, and it's stuff that I like having on me at all times. Whether it's not something that I might use all the time, but something that I might use occasionally, it's still nice to have it with me. So let's check this out. Pull everything out. We'll kind of digest it. You're looking at the scatter pattern right now. Let's pull the stuff out. Let's start over here on the left, and then we'll kind of move over here to the tool section. So straight out the gate, I did evolve out how I carry my military energy gum, my MEG. This is a 2-compartment pill container. It's titanium. I put a little tether on the end here so I can easily just snag it right out just like that and pull it out to deploy the gum. Now, what is MEG? MEG is military energy gum. As you can see, there's one in that compartment. There's a little gasket there as well, separating the 2 compartments. And on this side, there is another piece right there. I also packed some Benadryl on this bottom compartment because I had a little bit of extra room. Now, I think I do have other stuff in there. So I do have some electrolyte tablets. I have some Imodium, and it looks like one of my electrolyte tablets kind of took the pud on it. So we'll just kind of put that in that little top area, and I'll kind of clean that up later. But it had a little bit of a larger compartment on the bottom, which allowed me to put a little bit more stuff in there. And again, that stuff is still all useful, even though there's some powdery dust. But for the most part, we got some Imodium, some Benadryl, and a last piece of military energy gum. And that's what's in that top part of the container as well. Next up I got is a little titanium tape measure. It is just a standard tape measure on the inside in regards to the tin wind up, but it does have a titanium outer casing. It's tiny. It packs out really well in the center there. And again, it allows me to take measurements on the go. Speaking of on the go, we got a bolt action titanium pen from Tactica. Very cool. Dig it. Like having a titanium pen on the go. If it's going to be tiny, at least have it look nice. If I'm going to be signing a document, I don't want to be signing something with a little stubby nub, you know what I mean? And then the last thing you see up here, which I ended up sliding in the Maxpedition little tag loop, is a Civivi tweezer set. So it's tack and tweeze from Civivi. You just slide that out just like that. Now you have full-length tweezers to get yourself anything you need out. I mainly use this for metal splinters and stuff when I'm using my grinders and stuff like that. But yeah, those are really nice tweezers that are dedicated just for that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's nice to have dedicated things that you're not marring up or messing up with other stuff where it has glue all over it and stuff like that. Sometimes it's nice to have something where you can dedicate it to pull, splinters and obviously metal splinters. Speaking of splinters and some kind of further refinement for yourself, we got the Mr. Green. Now this is, where are we at here? I'm doing this backwards. Oops. Yeah, here we go. I'm looking through the camera, it always disorients me. But there is some deployable nail clippers on top, which you fold down and it snaps back into place. Now on the side here, it's great because it does have some mini scissors. So I do have a set of scissors in this kit. I can use them to trim my cuticles if I need to on the go. So I don't have to worry about anything, hurting me or anything like that, or getting some kind of an annoying split fingertip. There's a nice little blade. And on this side, we have a little file and a bottle opener. So some fun festivities and some grooming. Speaking of that, let's talk about what I have underneath the nail kit. So I had the nail kit here with a little tether on it so that I can yank it out. I like using these little tethers because I can just pull them straight out and I can have them packed deep in there. Underneath that is, as you read it, a towel. It is a deployable towel. I like to pack these out in pretty much all my kits because it's super simple. All you got to do is just add a little water, and now you have a quality of life assessment here. You can wipe your face, you can wipe your bum, you can wipe whatever you want. You can wipe your junk. Whatever you want to wipe, you can now have that ability. If, let's say, you maybe go to a restroom and they're out of paper towels or toilet paper or something, and you want to clean up, you got one. You know what I mean? It's a no-brainer, and it's super simple to just include something like that. All right, last stuff that's in this side here. So this thing is some shrink wrap with a couple of weatherproof matches. Now I got them 69ing in here. I think I got 4 or 5 in here, but then I did shrink wrap. I pinched the ends here. Even though they're weatherproof, I still didn't want them to get degraded, and to also have the outer casing of the matches. It's like an encrusted outer casing. I didn't want that to break off over time and start, creating a whole bunch of garbage inside my case. So they're nice, tight packed here. Inside this little shrink wrap with the ends twisted so nothing can get in there, no pocket dust, no nothing. They're the way I need them, and I can use any one of my blades I have in here to slice them open, to free them, and then use the next thing that I have packed out here, which is the striker strip on my Rite in the Rain little notebook. I love taking these little notebooks and filling them up with information and stuff that I need, and then, as you can see here, putting one of those little tiny Ranger bands around it. Now, what kind of stuff did I pack out in here? Let's pop that out. Let me make sure this stuff doesn't fall out. We got a hand cleansing wipe. We got a Breathe Right strip with some Band-Aids, which is always nice. This is a 1 gram silver bar of silver, or a 1 gram silver bar of silver. I keep pictures in there, so I keep pictures over there. This is some Gear Aid gear patches for repairing plastic or Mylar. And then this is, so what I did was I ended up buying a huge map, and then I just cut out the section that I need. So if I'm going to be packing this pack out, I'm probably going to be confined to this hour radius of Colorado Springs for myself. So there you go. It's nice to have yourself a localized map that'll help you in a pinch. If the power's down or something's down, you can reorient yourself. And then again, one of those little Ranger bands goes real nice to holding all this stuff in there. Do I need all that stuff in there? No, but it makes it really nice and compact when you pack it in that notebook, and the pages towards the back help organize those things for you in a way, if you know what I mean. Next thing we got is the Tactica. This is the credit card multi-tool that they have. A lot of stuff on this, actually. Sundial over here, as you can see it coming out. You got a bottle opener. This is a rope cutter. You can put some cord in there and cut it. You got a 1/4-inch hex bit holder right there. You got metric, or imperial and standard is how they refer to it. Over here we have a flathead, little pry bar right here, which gives you a ton of leverage, because it's not really a little pry bar. It's a little pry bar end, but you got a ton of leverage with this thing. It's just a really nice little multi-tool to have on you. And again, these little wrench denominations here are super helpful on the go if you don't want to pack out a huge kit with a bunch of wrenches and sockets and stuff. So that's my left side. Let's pop into the right side. So you can see that the tool of choice here is going to be the Leatherman Signal, and this can be swapped out obviously for other Leathermans or other multi-tools that I do have that I want to use, but for right now I'm running the Signal. So if you're not familiar with the Signal, we'll go through some of the basic stuff here. I did upgrade the belt clip to a Topo Design titanium clip, which is really nice. I ended up taking a piece of 550 paracord and wrapping it around this little bit holder right here for the 1/4-inch bits, so it holds the bits a lot more secure. And I'll show you that here in a second. And I think that's really all I upgraded. But the reason why I did Topo belt clip was because of the Topo Design blade for this particular Signal. So the Signal has a really nice locking feature, which as you pull it down like this, it will not open, but as you push this forward, you can then have access to the tool. I really like that a lot, so it doesn't misdeploy in your pocket or wherever you have it loaded in, which is really nice. So anyway, let's push that back up. You can see here we have the pliers, needle nose, wire strippers. You also have an ability to take out the blades and replace the blades on that wire end as well. On this side, we have the Leatherman proprietary bits right there, which do fit in this 1/4-inch hex holder. The 550 does nothing for these. It's for the other type of bits, standard size 1/4-inch hex. So you got a can opener right here, and then you got the Woodall. So pretty cool. That's on that side. And then on this side, you have another lever to pull, and then that allows you to deploy the whistle and ferrocerium rod. Pretty cool, right? So you got a ferro rod on one side with a whistle, and then on the other side, we'll close this up, lock it, and then on the other side we have I'm trying to do this through the camera. Am I doing this backwards? Here, I'll look under the camera. There we go. No, yeah, I'm doing this. Oh, there it is. I'm like, where the heck's the little nipple at? I'm trying to look through the camera and try to find these things. Sometimes I get it. Sometimes I'm not that great with getting it if I can't really see the nub. You have a saw blade here, but on this side is where you can use to strike the paired up ferrocerium rod, which is pretty nice. Same thing goes with this side, which I'll show you here in a second. This is the blade, but you also have a blade sharpener that is deployable right here, which is a diamond tip sharpener, which you can take out and sharpen your blade, which is awesome. So let's get that, and we'll kind of put that snap back in there, and that holds that in there in place. And that is the Leatherman Signal, which is really awesome multi-tool. Next up we have is the Arkfeld Pro with the racer theme here. Now I have this tethered in a way so it doesn't fall out or slide out of my pouch. If I have it open, it doesn't just slide forward and just crack on the ground. So I have an O-link here, which is the thing that's holding it in there. It's got a pretty strong magnet. Arkfeld Pro, really great flashlight. Flashlight, laser beam. It's got UV on this side, UV, laser beam, and then flashlight. It's just really great multi-combo flashlight. It's got all the tools on there that I would need for a light. You know what I'm saying? So in regards to like having a laser pointer, having UV to track like animals on my property or in my house, the same thing goes for the flashlight. It's just really nice, dependable tool. Now, what do I have here? So I have a little dongle here with a little glow. This is printed with glow filament. I printed this on my 3D printer, and I'll show you what it is in a second, and then you can see the O-link right there. Now, this just kind of stays there, and that tether, oops, I'm pulling all my stuff out over here. The tether of the 3D printed part is what kind of holds everything together so that my flashlight doesn't fall out. So again, a little bit of this O-link thing is causing all kinds of problems with this magnet. But anyway, here, we'll tuck it in the back for now. What that is actually a bit driver for the Leatherman bits. So as you can see here, it's got a bit holder here. It's got a tip on the end here so that the bit could poke out. And then you got yourself a really nice little leverage tool here to use your Leatherman bits if you want to use them. And I'll pull them out here and I'll show you how they work with that in a second. Instead of cutting that off and showing you what it is, I have a second one here that I can show you. Now, what's in here? Let's pull out my little Packout. There's only two things back here. And all this involves the Leatherman, because the Leatherman is the main, like the Signal or the Surge, you can swap it out because they're both basically similar tools, okay? The Signal has a little more like bushcrafty type stuff. The Surge is a little more practical. It's got I know that the screwdriver part flips all the way out, so you have a little bit more practicality with it versus the T-handle style with the Signal. Anyway, let's talk about some of the accessories that I got for it. We got two 711Ls here. I got the standard 1/4-inch drive one right here, and then I also have the Leatherman adapter right here with the 1/4-inch drive ratchets. Now, why do we have two of those? Well, that's because you can see here. Let me show you what this is first. This is my bit rack. The last thing we'll show you for this video. This is my bit rack that I 3D printed for my Leatherman bits. It holds the rack, both racks, and it holds the extension right here and the adapter. So let me show you that and we'll run through that real quick. We'll go with the adapter first. So the adapter obviously has the Leatherman flat proprietary bit part, but then it converts over to 1/4-inch bits, which is really nice. So now you can use this with standard bits if you want to. If you want to pack them out, you got that ability too. Or I could take something like this, and I could also use this with my Leatherman right here. Where are we at? Oops, wrong side. Right here. So remember I showed you earlier how it holds the 1/4-inch bits a lot better with that 550. As you can see, they don't fall out. They actually stay in there really well with that one little strand of 550 tied around there in the bottle opener area. The bottle opener / carabiner, belt clip, hammer, all in that zone with a 1/4-inch driver. And right here, again, you can position your 711L ratchet however you want to get yourself that nice 1/4-inch drive. And I have no problem packing both of these out. Yeah, I get it. This is probably for, where is it at? The interior zone here, where as you can see here, we can slide this 711L here. And now we have, you know, just a little different, right? Just a little different orientation. But again, just two 711Ls hanging out. But this also goes here, and now I can do standard proprietary 1/4-inch bits if I want to pack them out into this kit. Or if I happen to have them in my truck or something with me, I have a tool that can adapt to those. We even got a T-handle style. It's just real nice to be able to use these. And again, I do this 1/4-to-1/4 adapter. This one is from WERA. So it's a 1/4-to-1/4 from WERA, which allows me to do the 711L with the 1/4-inch to the 1/4-inch adapter on the Leatherman. Now, I told you I was going to show you how this little bit driver works. You take this, slide it through there. As you can see, it's got the little tip there, and then you got your Phillips number 2 there. You have yourself a little stubby screwdriver, which is awesome. Check that out. Really neat, right? It will fall out. Some of them will fall out if you tip it forward, but again, it's in there, and if you put torque on it, it's still going to stay in the slot because it's not a loose slot per se. I just don't like jamming the bits in there because then it eventually will make all of them loose. You know what I'm saying? So again, really cool little bit driver. I have it deployable there if I really super need it. It's like a last case scenario type of thing, like my Leatherman broke or I lost the Leatherman, but my bits were still in there. Speaking of bits, let's put the Leatherman bit back inside the multi-tool. Whoops, wrong way. Wrong way, there's pliers in there. All right, let's get those pliers tucked back in there, and we'll lock this up. And again, the Leatherman little racks, I'll show you those next, and then we'll kind of wrap up the video. I got a piece of tarred bank line with one of these little missile titanium plugs. I did it like this just because it's going to be a little bit smaller versus having a huge piece of 550 paracord or something on here. And plus, the bank line allows me to tether both of them together. Look at that. So how this works is These go back to back, and you can see these little gullies on the front here is where this Leatherman thick part locks in place. You see what I'm saying? Locks it into place. You have to have a pull on it, or else they'll almost be stuck in there, which is kind of nice how tight it is. But having a pull on there and having the bank line running through both of them allows you to tether them together, so you're not losing them. Gives you access to both sides of the bits at the same time. Has that little tether on it if you want to carry it like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But also when you slide it in the sheath with the adapter, it packs away real nice like. Now I like to do it like this, where I have my little titanium little giblet over here on this side with the adapter. But hey, that's my kit. Again, that's my little pack out kit in my Maxpedition pouch, 20-minute video. Wow, a lot of stuff in here, a lot of mess right there, but a lot of great stuff right here that I use on a regular basis in some fashion, whether it's, you know, this particular tool or a tool like it. This is the tool that's the stand-in for it right now. Same thing for all these things. You know what I'm saying? I love using tape measures, so this is the stand-in tool for this particular pack right now. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I've been always carrying these tools forever. Just variations of these tools in a way. And they just kind of get more refined as I go through the years of refining my EDC. I kind of figure out exactly what I like, what are like the key core components to my kits. And as you notice when I do my pack out videos and my EDC pouches, I kind of have the same stapled things in there. There's usually like a flashlight, a knife, a pen, a pad, you know what I mean? Military energy gum, which has 100 milligrams of caffeine in it. Like I have stuff that's almost in every kit. And you'll see that when I make my stuff, because those are things that I've been packing out for a long time and I like to have on me on a regular basis. So let me know down in the comments below, what do you like to pack out on a regular basis? What would you put in your little pocket mini pouch from Maxpedition? And what do you pack out on a regular basis? Let me know down in the comments below. And also let me know down in the comments below, rate my little pack out here, my pocket pouch, mini pouch from Maxpedition. Mini pouch, remember, mini pouch. Not a huge one, not a lot of stuff from Maxpedition. Down in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Want more content like this, subscribe for more. And have a great rest of your day.